me and my friend Nate are really big into music and local musicians, and Will Whitmore is one of our favorites, and we had gone and seen him in Madison, and we thought that night, like, sheesh, like this might be kind of shooting for the stars, but we should maybe just ask if he'd be interested in coming out to the barn. So I typed him up a cool little letter just telling him that I had just moved back to the farm and I believe in, you know, small, organic, sustainable farms, and that's kind of what we wanted to celebrate here tonight, and friends and family and hard work. And I mean, we've got only 2 weeks out of the whole year that this barn is empty. Like next week we'll be putting, you know, new hay in there. So I got a short little time window to do a party. So we sent him the email, and surprisingly he said yes, and he just sounds awesome. I can't wait to meet him tonight.
So here we are on this beautiful farm. I'm so thankful to be here. I want to thank the Placke family for letting us come and do this. This is a beautiful farm, and I'm so honored to come up here and play. I come from a farm, and so I feel very comfortable here. And these small family farms are a really nice thing to see. One generation passing on to the next generation. It's just really comforting and really nice, and it makes me feel good. These family farms were disappearing for a little while, so it's good to see them on the comeback and meet all these nice folks. And I want to thank Kelly Placke for getting a hold of me. She got a hold of me about coming to play, and I want to thank her for that. But this is a great place, and the small family farm has an important place in the nation's landscape. So I want everyone to appreciate it and be glad that we have this place. And so thank you so much. Thank you. This song's about farming. Write this down and don't forget that the best of times ain't happened yet. The Gilded Age has long been done, and so many lost when the West was won. Let's go to the fields, we're gonna do some work. Spend our days digging in the dirt, and we'll hope the rain follows the plow. This piece of ground is a homestead now. This little piece of ground is a homestead now. Square meals and a living wage reminds me of the good old days before the manifest destiny of the factory farms, when those cutthroats came and burned down the barn. Underneath the black locust tree, there's a shady place that waits for me to rest my bones and rest my mind. I'm gonna rest right here when I die. Down and don't forget that the best of times ain't happened yet. glad to see youngsters here and see little kids running around. It's very cool. Thank you. The summer wind is blowing westward over the field of fresh mowed hay. Let's go up to the barn loft, lay back and watch the sparrows play. I can see the evening skies from the holes rusted in the tin. Let's close our eyes and fall asleep and listen to the storm roll in. Oh, it sounded like 1,000 horses' hooves. The sound of the pouring rain on the old tin roof. And the clouds were as black as the smoke from a stack of an old coal-burning train. Lay back and listen to the sound of the pouring rain. Oh, yeah. Well, it ain't rained in weeks, and now it just won't stop. All the rivers and the creeks are getting fuller with every drop. And if the levee holds its ground and keeps that water back, the Mississippi won't reach my little tar paper shack. Oh, it sounded like 1,000 horses' hooves. The sound of the pouring rain on the old tin roof. And the clouds were as black as the smoke from a stack of an old coal-burning train. Lay back and listen to the sound of the pouring rain. Well, now the sun shines on the roof and the moon shines in the cellar, and what a happy feller I am. Oh, to finally see the sun, now that the rain is done, I'd had about all I could stand. And I can't tell where my pond begins and where my cornfield ends. And the cattle had done floated away, 'cause the water's up over the fence. Oh, the water's up over the fence. And it sounded like 1,000 horses' hooves. The sound of the pouring rain on the old tin roof. And the clouds were as black as the smoke from a stack of an old coal-burning train. Lay back and listen to the sound of the pouring rain. Oh, lay back and listen to the sound of the pouring rain.
Well, I grew up about 15 miles from here, and my two brothers farm on the home farm. Me and my wife bought this farm in 1980, and we farmed conventionally for, I guess it was 13 years. We bought it at a time when the price of land was high, so we were in debt quite a bit. And I guess there's two reasons why I decided to go organic. One was we were milking 100 cows, and it was just me and Rita, and we would hire someone to help milk. But we were working long hours and barely making payments on the farm. And we had a brother that actually got cancer, and they kind of figured it was from farm chemicals. And then another brother got cancer. And we had a vet. We were, had a good herd average per cow, and the vet said it wasn't good enough. And I said, man, doing it conventional, working as hard as we could, we weren't gonna get on that treadmill like everybody else and keep getting bigger to try to make your payments. And we knew a couple other organic farmers, and so for two reasons, for the health benefits and to be able to stay small and keep it in the family and hopefully be able to pass it down to the next generation, is the reason why we decided to go organic. So we've been certified organic since 1996. We sell our milk to Organic Valley. We sell wheat for organic flour, and it's the cows have been so much healthier. The average age of a conventional cow is about 3 years and 7 months, and a few years ago our cows averaged 9 years old. So I said, if the cows are that much healthier, it should pass down to, you know, the food that we get from this farm. The people who eat that product should be that much healthier. And now we're making a decent living. We're happy that we are going to be able to pass the farm down to the next generation. This is the only sustainable way I can see. A lot of people say, well, I'm not getting quite the yields that conventional is, but I know my land will be able to produce food for 300-400 years. And where I see conventional farmers losing so much ground, where they're going to have to learn how to grow food on rocks because they're losing so much ground. So I think organic is the only sustainable way to farm.
Here indeed, this is how we'll carry on. This is how we'll carry on.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Drink your glasses to the bottom and toast me on another year. Another year of hope, another year of holding on. For you drinkers by day, who are bastards by dawn, I hope I will see you soon. I'll be home come hell or high water, and I know I will see you soon.
Gather round, friends and neighbors who make your living by labor, and share with me this little time. This little time that we have left to have a drink and catch our breath. Well, it might just be what saves our lives. And I hope I will see you soon. And I'll be home come hell or high water, and I know I will see you soon. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Drink your glasses to the bottom and listen to the howling dogs. And oh, how it pleases me to be in such company. I'm so glad our paths have crossed, and I hope I will see you soon. And I'll be home come hell or high water, and I know I will see you soon. Oh, and I'll be home come hell or high water, I know I will see you soon. Oh, I'm so happy to be here in the barn in Cuba City. It really is nice. I've played almost everywhere you can imagine. I've played in nursing homes. I've played in abandoned railroad depots. I've played in basements, anywhere you can imagine. So barns, that's a nice thing. Like I say, I grew up on a farm. So being in a barn, I feel real at home. And I don't have to buck bales or nothing. I don't have to bale hay, and we can just have fun in the barn. So that's good. If you've ever stood on the hay rack, you know what I mean.
Well, first of all, the solar panels, we decided we wanted to let as small a carbon footprint as possible. So we wanted to produce as much energy as what we use. So we're happy with the solar panels, what they're doing right now. They're producing about 95% of what we use in electricity to run the whole farm. And our farm is corn, wheat, and alfalfa rotation, so it'd be 1 year of corn. And now that we're not feeding corn, our milk is actually all no corn and more grass, and it's higher in CLAs, which is helps. It's supposed to be a cancer fighter, the higher the CLAs. The omega-3 and the omega-6 ratio is closer to 1:1, so it's actually a healthier cholesterol. And so we're not feeding grain. The grain we produce, the corn, gets sold to other farmers or to mills. The wheat all gets sold to mills for flour. So, but to have the rotation, we have probably about 2/3 of the farm in crops and 1/3 in pasture for the cows to graze. And then the crop ground, we use the alfalfa, all the alfalfa, to feed the cows in the winter when we don't have pasture, the alfalfa and grass mix.
I'm sentimental. I'm a sentimental guy. So I think when you can gather in with your friends and family in a place and you can share this time, I think that's a good thing. I think that's a big deal. And so we should relish in that. And I think it's really cool. So cheers, y'all. Thank you. What is there without friends and family? Nothing. Old Bill Jones. Jones was a son of a gun when he got a drink or two. Yeah, he'd hug the boys and kiss the girls and kiss their babies too. He lived on a trail that was easy to follow way down yonder in Moonshine Holler. He loved his fiddle and he loved his fun and he loved his homemade brew. Yeah, old Bill Jones was a son of a gun when he got a drink or two. Oh! They had a big meeting on the Cumberland Drag and the people gathered in. And the preacher preached till his tongue couldn't wag, but he couldn't stop their sin. Old Bill came to give his greeting. They all got happy and had a big meeting. He loved his fiddle and he loved his fun and he loved his homemade brew. Whoop. Yeah, old Bill Jones was a son of a gun when he got a drink or two. Ow! Well, old Bill run for sheriff against the prohibition man. And he swore he'd drink the country dry if the folks would put him in. Well, it almost tickled the West to death when the Dries got drunk on old Bill's breath. He loved his fiddle and he loved his fun and he loved his homemade brew. Yeah, old Bill Jones was the son of a gun when he got a drink or two. Well, old Bill went courting and his girl got mad and said, "Bill Jones, I would not marry you if all the rest was dead." So he slipped some whiskey in her coffee cup. She was Mrs. Jones when she woke up. He loved his fiddle and he loved his fun and he loved his homemade brew. Yeah, old Bill Jones is the
a son of a gun when he got a drink or two. Ow! Well, I was driving down the road just minding my own when Johnny Law pulled up from behind. He walked up to my window and said, roll it down, let me see what I can find. Well, I said, no way, what's mine is mine, and I'd appreciate it if you'd leave me be. He said, I'll leave you be all right, in a cell all night, I'll lock you up and throw away the key. He slapped them cuffs on my wrists, oh, and my hands clenched into fists, and I wished I could have punched him in the jaw. I knocked out old Johnny Law, oh Johnny Law, Johnny Law. He's the littlest man I ever saw. With his badge and his gun, he'll hassle everyone. He'll get you on the run, Johnny Law. Well, he took me down to the State House and he hurled that book at me. Being in a cell is like being in hell for a man who longs to be free. I sat there and I wondered just what gave this man the right to leave me to rot here on this rickety cot, just a staring at the ceiling all night. And I couldn't help but think of the words of my dear departed pa. He said, do the best you can to be a good man, and don't you never trust Johnny Law. Johnny Law, Johnny Law. He's the littlest man I ever saw. With his badge and his gun, he'll hassle everyone. He'll get you on the run, Johnny Law. Without any proof, they couldn't keep me there, so they let me out in the morning. And that cop said, son, I don't know what you've done, but just consider this a little warning. I said it must take a lot of nerve to protect and serve, but I wonder what it would be like. You didn't have that badge or that gun or that uniform to hide behind. And although I feel that this whole deal I got was pretty wrong, my conscience is clean, cause I'm a human being, and you're just Johnny Law. Johnny Law, Johnny Law. He's the littlest man I ever saw. With his badge and his gun, he'll hassle everyone. He'll get you on the run, Johnny Law. With his badge and his gun, he'll hassle everyone. You'll never get me on the run, Johnny Law. Thank you.
So I'm Kelly Rose Placke. I'm the only daughter of Joe and Rita. And I was the first one who decided I wanted to come back to the farm and keep it in the family. So I've been back here for about a year now. I did a bunch of traveling and officially came back in December. And I've been helping Mom and Dad on the farm. And now it sounds like Josh and Jamie are thinking about coming back. And Nick's here for the summer for a bit. And so that's how I got back in it. And I'm kind of doing a lot of the cow side of it, so I'm always milking. I milk twice a day, and I got a little collection of different animals. I got myself a pig to raise for meat this year, and all kinds of chickens for meat and for eggs. And so I kind of do the livestock side of it, and I decided to start making milk soaps out of the cow's milk, and I just use the organic milk, some organic oils and essential oils and herbs, and so I've been doing that at farmers markets and making lotions and lip balms and all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, it's been awesome just learning about different medicinal herbs and just celebrating all the awesome things that just kind of grow as weeds, but you know, they're God's gift to us. It's pretty awesome. So.
My little sparrow, there is hope for you. Your life has just begun. I could not do what I wanted to, and I feel that my time is almost done. But through your actions, truth will carry on. Go forth with joy in your heart. And even though I will be gone, you've got to play your part. Listen to me now, you will overcome. I promise you, and be whatever it is that you wanna be. There is hope for you. Oh, there's hope for you, but it's much too late for me. And those wayward weeping voices that you will hear, each with their own story to tell, and you have the choice to bend your ear and treat your fellow humans well. Oh, so goodbye, my little sparrow. It's time that I must go to keep on the straight and narrow. There's something you must know. Listen to me now, you will overcome. I promise you, and be whatever it is that you wanna be. There is hope for you. Oh, there's hope for you, but it's much too late for me. Oh, you will overcome. I promise you. Oh, and be whatever it is that you wanna be. There is hope for you. Oh, there is hope for you, but it's much too late for me. Oh, there is hope for you. Oh, there's hope for you, but it's much too late for me. Oh.
Thank you.